Sonic the Hedgehog has been doing a lot of collaborations and crossovers over the past couple of years. A lot of them have been pretty cool and honestly pretty unexpected, but they've kind of sparked a couple of ideas from me that I personally think would be really cool. So in today's video, I wanted to go over a couple of Sonic crossover ideas that would make me super hype. Before I get into the video though, as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you end up enjoying it. Anyway, let's get right into the video. The first Sonic crossover that was actually recently brought to my attention was actually inspired by a popular artist known as Evan Stanley. A little while back, she drew some art of Sonic the Hedgehog with popular Marvel superhero Spider-Man. When I first saw this art, I was once again reminded how much Sonic and Spider-Man have in common. Both these characters are portrayed as teenagers and faced off against evil scientists, and honestly, both seem to thrive in multiple forms of media. That said, there are multiple ways a crossover between these franchises could work. However, the one that would probably be the most logical would be some type of crossover comic. Seeing as those Spider-Man games are heavily focused on exploration and the combat system is very different than anything Sonic has ever done before, doing a game based off these two characters would be kind of hard to imagine. That said, Sonic and Spider-Man both do very well in telling a compelling narrative. Some type of one-shot spin-off comic between Spider-Man and Sonic could have the two of them faced off against some of their greatest enemies. It would be really cool to see Spider-Man face the likes of Dr. Eggman. Like, imagine if Eggman created some technology that was similar to Dr. Octopus, or even if Spider-Man had to deal with just the entirety of the Eggman Empire in New York City. Personally, I think it'd be pretty cool to see how characters from both universes take care of each of their situations. This for sure would be one of my favorite crossovers. I could even see Sonic and Spider-Man getting along very well just because the two of them are so similar. I can say the same thing about Dr. Eggman and the majority of the Spider-Man villains. I think that a crossover between Sonic and Spider-Man would also greatly benefit the growth and appeal of the IDW comics, especially since it will be advertised by both markets, being Marvel and Sega. This idea isn't what I would call impossible either. I remember seeing not too long ago a collaboration between My Hero Academia and Deadpool. I also remember a little while ago seeing Avengers had a crossover with another popular manga series known as Attack on Titan. These collaborations come across as kind of weird and surprising, so why does Sonic and Spider-Man have to be any different? Anyway, with that out of the way, another crossover that would be really cool to see is between Sonic and Dragon Ball. Now, it's no secret that Sonic has taken a lot of inspiration from the series, even if it's not intentional. Sonic is similar to Goku, Shadow is like Vegeta, Silver is like Trunks, Amy is kinda like Chi-Chi, and Knuckles is like Piccolo. Now, you may or may not agree with a lot of these character comparisons, but there still are a lot of other similarities like the 7 Dragon Balls and the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Even though both of them respectively have very different uses, they are both famous for being the go-to power sources in the franchise, and are collected numerous times throughout the series. Not only that, but Sonic, Shadow, and Silver have super forms. The same can be said about the Saiyans, Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. Now of course, this is just what makes these two series so similar. You might be wondering why or how this collaboration could possibly work. Well, I believe that like my Spider-Man idea, it could be like a one-shot manga or comic. It could really be about what everyone wants to see between these characters most of all. Who would win, Sonic or Goku? It could be a little friendly competition constructed between these two universes to see who is the strongest of the two. Now of course, you could take this collaboration in several different directions, but since I always see this become the topic of conversation between these two franchises, it seems like this is the obvious choice. I would love to see these characters join forces to fight some type of greater evil, but I, as well as many others, would love to see the ultimate conclusion of a battle between Sonic and Goku. I could see this working not only as a comic, but maybe even a fighting game as well. It would be really cool to see some of the strongest Dragon Ball characters fighting against the likes of some Sonic characters. The game could be similar to that of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, or even the popular Sonic fan game known as Sonic Smackdown. Another crossover that has actually already happened is Sonic and Mega Man. Now, to be totally honest, I haven't played a lot of Mega Man games, and I won't even act like I have a lot of understanding of the series. However, from my limited memory, I remember really enjoying the Archie comic crossover between Sonic and Mega Man. These comics were fairly popular as well. With that being said, I have to admit, it's really odd we haven't seen more from these franchises. Doing some type of 2D platforming game or even another comic collaboration in the IDW series would be one I think a lot of people would have interest in. I mean, I even seen Mega Man and Sonic communicate quite a bit on Twitter. Another video game idea that these two could have would actually involve not just Sonic and Mega Man, but Sega and Capcom. I know Capcom creates games like Marvel vs. Capcom, but what if there was a crossover fighting game like Sega vs. Capcom? Both companies have a fair amount of popular characters, and it would be really cool to have a story built around them all collectively, and of course see them all fight it out. Again, this is another idea that I don't think is too far out of reach. Seeing as though we already have seen Sonic and Mega Man crossover and interact before, I don't see why the two of them shouldn't be allowed to collaborate. The last crossover that I would like to talk about once again, and you probably already know what I'm going to say if you follow my channel a lot, but it's a collaboration between Mario and Sonic. Everyone who has a history of my channel knows that I'm a huge Mario fan. I spend a lot of time keeping a close, watchful eye over the franchise, so to see these two characters, Mario and Sonic, be part of an action-adventure game or even a crossover comic series would be extremely entertaining to me. Now I know we already have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, but in all honesty, at least for me, I think they've gotten a little bit stale. Both these franchises are rich in characters and lore, and I feel like just doing a party game like the Olympics doesn't even scratch the surface of its possibilities. I mean, I would really love to see them just mix it up a bit. I posted not too long ago on Twitter that I feel like a Mario and Sonic crossover racing game would also be very interesting to do. Now I know it's a party game similar like the Olympics, but I feel like a racing game would actually add a lot more elements from both of these franchises that an Olympics game couldn't do. Again, of course, I would prefer an action-adventure Mario Sonic game, but if that just seems too out of the question, then I'll settle for nearly anything else. I would just love to see them mix it up again and try something different. I know that both Sega and Nintendo are capable of coming up with amazing ideas for these characters, but I really would like to see them do it collectively. The ultimate question is though, will they? What's going on, guys? Thank you all so much for sticking around to the end of the video. But now I want to hear from you. What's a Sonic crossover that you would like to see in the future? We've been getting a lot of them recently, and hopefully that your dreams get fulfilled and Sega will do exactly what you want them to do. Ultimately, the purpose of these crossovers is to gain outreach. You want to get more fans invested in the series, and ultimately, that's what's going to happen. One last thing before I go here though is I want to take the time to shout out some of my amazing channel members. Thank you all so much for continuing to support me and my channel. You guys are truly the best motivators, and you always motivate me to make the best content that I can possibly make. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Making videos like these would not be possible without you guys. If you want to become a member of my channel, there will be more information in the link in the description down below. However, if you want to support me through other means, leaving a like, comment, and subscribing definitely goes a really long way. That said though, thank you all so much for watching. This is SONICSTA signing out. Have a super blessed day.
Why are you playing that trash?